ASMR relaxing prayers. For tonight's prayer, I will be praying that God releases you from your addiction. God, the listener of this video has been struggling with addiction. They keep trying to quit, they keep trying to stop, they keep trying to have discipline and self-control, but currently they are not strong enough to overcome their addiction. It is not through their own power, God, but it is only with you and with your help and your protection and your strength that you can really help the listener in overcoming their addiction. This listener is on their hands and knees, God, begging you for an answer, fully surrendering themselves to you, to use in whatever way you see fit, God. The listener is ready to hand over their struggle. They are ready to hand over their debilitating responsibilities, God. They're willing to take over. They're willing to completely hand everything over to you, every problem, every habit, every addiction, every thought, every desire, God. They're handing it to you, and they want you to replace everything in their lives with things that are only from you, God. Please replace the listener's thinking with your thinking. Please replace the listener's doubts with faith in your plan, God. Please help the listener to connect with you. Please help the listener understand that every time they indulge in their addiction, they are taking themselves further away from you, God. God, I pray that you please help the listener break free from the chains of addiction. Please help them to let go of the things that keep them disconnected from you, God. Please help the listener to feel a sense of repulsion, of disgust, of just complete and utter, just disgust and rejection towards their addiction, God. The next time the listener has an urge to indulge in their addiction, God, I pray that you please fill them with disgust. Make them be completely repelled by their addictive habits. Make them even wonder why they would go to that to begin with. Make them feel completely zero interest in partaking, God. Please help the listener to feel no interest in partaking in their addiction. Please help them to release the chains. Please help them to release the desires, God. Please help the listener understand that in order for them to get to the next place in their life, they need to not be addicted to anything, God. Please help them understand how their addiction is holding them back from getting to where they need to go. Please help the listener understand how their addiction is keeping them stuck in unhealthy tendencies, how it's keeping them stuck in doubt and negative thinking, and how it's keeping them stuck and stagnant in life and not moving forward, not making progress, not feeling emotions, not feeling joy, not feeling love, not feeling sadness, not feeling anything, God. Please help the listener understand that their addiction is simply just numbing them. It's numbing them from any emotion that they need to feel, in order to have a connection to your plan for their life, God. Please help the listener understand how much their addiction cuts off their intuition, how much it cuts off the language that you use to speak to them, God. God, I pray that you please help the listener to go to you every time they want to partake in their addiction. Please help the listener always come to you first with their problems, with their doubts, with their worries, with their anxieties, with their negative emotions, God. Please help the listener come to you and only you when they feel like they have nothing else, God. Please help the listener understand that there is nothing that can replace you, that there is nothing that is greater than you, God, that there is no drug, there is no feeling, there is no person, there is no relationship, there is no hobby, there is no interest, there is no nothing, there is absolutely nothing without you, God, that only you can fulfill the viewer, God, only you can fulfill the listener of this video, only you can fulfill their heart and their soul in such a way where they won't feel the need to go to any addictions, God. Please help the listener understand that anything they use to fill up their addictive sides is always going to fall short if it's not coming from you, God. Please help the listener really understand that. Please help put it in their brain, God. They need you. They need you specifically, God. They cannot do this without you. Please help them to understand that. Please help them to really get that through their heads, God. That they can't do this without you, that they need you. And God, the listener is ready to humble themselves. The listener is ready to surrender themselves to you. They're ready to surrender themselves to your plan, God. They already understand that their plan is not working. It has not been working. It has not been going well, God. They are really feeling desperate, God. They are feeling desperate for a change in their life. They're so sick of staying stagnant. They're so sick of repeating the same routine over and over and over again. They're so sick of falling short of their own promises. They're so sick of disappointing themselves. They're so sick of constantly feeling inadequate, feeling like a loser, feeling like there's nothing going for them in life, God. They're sick of it. They don't want that anymore. They're burdened by these thoughts. They don't want to be burdened by these thoughts anymore. They want to feel you, God. They want to feel your peace, your clarity, your strength, your faith, your wisdom, your protection, God. They need you, God. So, dear listener, I pray as you're listening to this video that you please imagine yourself going to God every time you feel the need to go towards your vice, to go towards your addiction. I want you to picture yourself praying instead, holding those hands together, bowing your head and praying to God, giving gratitude for everything that He has given you, giving gratitude for your health, for your wisdom, for your strength, for your potential, for the possible outcome of a better future if you know how to make the right choices, dear listener. So, listener, I pray that you will please take this seriously. Really take it seriously and give it to God. Give it all to God, listener. Give God your doubts, give God your fears, give God your worries, give God your anxieties, but don't grow stagnant. Keep moving forward, listener. Keep growing, keep challenging yourself, keep finding ways for God to meet you halfway. You have to be willing to put the work in, dear listener. You have to be willing to go and start to make things happen for yourself and trust that God will be there to put you in the right place at the right time. But you also have to take effort, dear listener. Praying to have your addiction healed will do a lot, but it's not going to be the only thing that needs to happen. You also have to develop discipline and willpower and strength, and you also have to learn to see these circumstances differently. You have to learn to see your addiction as something that is not fun. It's something that takes away from your quality of life. It's something that holds you back. It's something that cuts off your connection with God. It's something that's keeping you stuck. It's something that's keeping you stagnant and undeveloped and immature. It's not helping you move forward in life. It's actually keeping you unattractive. It's keeping the right people from you. It's keeping the right opportunities from you. It's keeping everything from you. It's keeping your life from you. It's keeping fun from you. It's keeping wonderful people, wonderful moments, wonderful experiences from you. Your addiction is a parasite overtaking every aspect of your life that should be filled with joy and wonder, curiosity, inspiration. You can't have any of those things when you're feeding an addiction. The addiction is how the devil, how Satan controls you. And until you recognize that, dear listener, it's going to be difficult for you to break free. So not only will you have to pray to God, but you will also have to face and stare Satan down in the eye when he comes up and actively reject him, actively refuse him at every turn, at every corner, at every twist. Dear listener, you have to make sure to actively refuse to partake in sin, refuse to partake in the things that are separating you from God.